think thicker penis. Thicker penis.
For this next battle, going crazy with this one.
Yes.
This has been asked
on Facebook?
a bazillion times on Facebook, and even amongst their friends. I mean, we've always talked about this sort of battle happening. So this time around, it's a battle of the East versus the West. We're going to be pitting China against the Americas. No, okay, not China, but like.
This week we are doing Goku versus.
We're not doing Goku. I mean, we're putting Goku versus Superman.
You ruined my intro.
Weird. Fine.
Episode 2, and I give up.
We are doing Goku
versus Superman. Okay?
All right, now that that's clear.
Yes, have you gotten that out of your system?
Yes. Hey,
grade 2 Gino.
Let's face it, okay? A lot of people out there are immature just like me. All right?
Fine. Go.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. Let's kick it off with Goku, of course, one of the favorite anime characters of all time. Let's give you guys a little background on who exactly is Goku.
Yeah.
I mean, what does he go through in life? What are his strengths? What are his weaknesses? What does he aspire to become?
Yeah.
You know, where does he see himself 10 years from now if he looks at himself in a magic mirror?
Yes.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So Goku, aka Kakarot, that is his birth name, is a Saiyan from a planet. That's what you call ruining somebody's spiel. All right, so Kakarot, again, his birth name. He is a Super Saiyan. He's a Saiyan, basically, from planet Vegeta. Some people will call it Vegeta. Some people will call it Vegeta. But for the sake of us being Asians, we'll stick to Vegeta, which is basically how we heard it in the Japanese cartoons. Originally sent to Earth as an infant with a mission to destroy it. So very, very anti-Superman. You know how Superman was sent to Earth to become, this beacon of hope, this beacon of goodness. Goku was sent to Earth for the complete opposite reason, which is to utterly destroy planet Earth. It was his grandpa, Gohan, who happens to be Gohan, who also is his son in the future, by the way. But who gave him the name Son Goku. Now, Kakarot was violent and ill-tempered when he first arrived, and one day he fell down this ravine and suffered a severe head trauma. All right? This basically sent him into a coma and caused long-term amnesia. You don't have to act out everything that I say, you know that, right? Now, so when he woke up, he lost all of his Saiyan aggression. So all of a sudden, he was this pacifist. He turned vegetarian. He started caring about the planet Earth. He started caring about animals. He's not vegan. He grew up to become a mild-mannered Goku. Well, the mild-mannered Goku that we all love. And, became the Earth's greatest defender against all hostile forces. Now, on a more physical side, he is 5'9". He stands 5'9"
Bad.
and he weighs 137 pounds.
Wow, he's slim.
I am thinking, with all that muscle mass, how do you weigh 137 pounds?
No way. No way he weighs 137 pounds.
I really wish we had stuff that we could throw at each other here.
There's more.
Away with you! And judging by how massive his muscles are, this is crazy. He's probably his body fat has to be at least a negative, if that's even physically possible. Again, this is why we consult actual legit scientists.
Right.
Because we pretty much know that.
Yes.
Let's talk about Goku's abilities. Now, in battle, Goku harnesses chi, which is basically, I'm sure you're all familiar with the concept of chi. It's a fundamental life force present in everything to increase his power of his attacks. Now, chi is not magic at all. Now, as such, it is finite. Now, though Goku has other techniques outside of this and abilities which could bolster or transform the chi that he uses in fighting, such as, but of course not limited to, I'm sure everyone knows this, the okay, a powerful blue wave of energy which he learned from Master Roshi. Now, he continues to improve and develop new variations of this.
Okay.
Now, there's also the Kaioken, which basically multiplies the user's chi for a heartbeat, which basically...
As opposed to Kaioken not. So this one is the Kaioken,
God.
Yeah.
I can't do this all the time, man. All right, so the Kaioken basically increases their speed and power to inflict massive damage against opponents that are stronger than them.
Okay.
Now, you also have the Spirit Bomb. Now, this is my personal favorite. Arguably his most powerful technique. Basically, he channels chi from all sources of life that he can detect. So whether it's a snail, a cockroach, another human being, whatever has a...
Pom-poms during a cheerleader rally.
Yeah. Sure. He basically channels life, the chi from all sources of life that he can detect and focuses it all into a powerful energy ball. This massive ball.
Yeah.
That's basically what he does, and then he throws it at you. Now, his most notable technique, of course, or trait, however, is it's not his spirit ball, it's his tenacity. It's the fact that he never gives up. This is the kind of guy Goku is. This is the kind of employee that you want, you know? When you're giving overtime for like 7 days a week, you still go to work and you still do it. You wake up at 5 in the morning, you go to work, you go home at 9, you forget about your family. You know, that's the kind of person Goku is. That's how determined he is.
That is Justin Bieber's spirit animal, Son Goku. Never say never. Never say never.
You could have picked like a Karate Kid, I will agree. Justin Bieber, not so much. I don't think I've ever seen a naked photo of Son Goku either. Not that I'm saying that I've seen a naked photo of Justin Bieber. I mean, I heard that he was in the Maldives or the Bahamas or something like that. And, you know, wow.
I know my news.
All right, so he is a proficient martial artist and will keep training and trying to get stronger and stronger. Now, he's actually gone to the point that, you know, the only being that is stronger than he is the god of destruction, Beerus himself. And that's a god we're talking about.
Okay.
I mean, you know, not the god, but a god, you know. Now, over the course of his training, that was when he managed to master the Super Saiyan forms, which is a great way to save on parlor bills. I mean, think about it. You don't have to dye your hair anymore. You just have to turn Super Saiyan. Bam, you're blonde.
You're blonde.
Super Saiyan level 3. Bam, you've got long hair. You know what I mean? It's so convenient.
And you don't need to use wax.
I know.
Or any products.
His hair is always full of volume. You know, it's beautiful. He'd give Thor a run for his money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's
there
the kind of guy Goku is, at least.
That's for Goku.
Yeah.
Now we're doing Superman. That's Superman. I'm wearing a cap.
Which stands for hope, by the way. I mean, S for hope.
Soap.
Soap.
Okay.
Learn how to spell, soups.
So we've got Superman. Of course, we all know that his name is Kal-El. He's an extraterrestrial born on the doomed planet Krypton, sent to Earth to save him from the planet's destruction. But what he ended up doing was saving the planet instead.
Yeah, but he also brought, like, you know, way more powerful aliens to Earth because of his presence on Earth. So it's arguable that he really is here to save Earth. Because, I mean, diba? If you think about it, like, he brought over people to sort of like, because he awakened villains from other dimensions and other planets, brought their attention to Earth, thus endangering Earth in the process. Is he really that good? Is he really a good guy? Is he really beneficial for planet Earth?
Are you done? Okay, so when
now you know how it feels.
When he crashed into Earth, he was found and raised by Jonathan and Martha Kent. And now we will address the...
As opposed to Ken. Martha and Jonathan Can. Because, you know, if you're positive, it's Martha Can, right? You know, that's what you said earlier.
No, because Goku is a Ken.
Okay.
And the Kents are the Kenots.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to strike a balance.
Oh, that's right.
That's why we're against each other, remember?
Right.
Okay, so
this is actually a battle of grammar.
Yes.
Yeah, who
here
cares
are
about
now
the people?
some of Superman's abilities, just to name a few.
All right.
I mean, you all know that Superman has a lot of powers, but let's break them down. So first we have super strength.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's why he's called Superman.
Super powerful. And then, of course, we have super speed, which is also giving him the infinite mass punch. So by vibrating to near light speeds,
I can think of a few things that he can use that power on.
Yeah, that's why he's a Superman. He changes the relative mass of his fist to hit with the force of a supernova.
No wonder Lois Lane loves him so much.
Right?
You know?
And now he also has X-ray vision,
I can think of
heat vision,
well.
though this drains his power faster than any of his abilities. He can see things to the subatomic levels and hear things from the vacuum of space. So everything, all of his senses are heightened to a super degree.
Explain something to me. In space, you're not supposed to be able to hear anything.
Yeah.
So how can he hear through it?
Well, that's why it's heightened. It's super because what normal people cannot do, he is able to do.
I don't know. I don't buy
Most
it.
people he cannot see through objects.
Right.
He can.
Yeah.
Now he is also trained in Kryptonian martial arts. There's not Torgasm, okay? It's Torquasm Rao.
It would have been so much more awesome if they called it Torgasm
Nope.
Rao.
And Torquasm Vo.
I'm gonna hit you with my Torgasm Rao!
No.
I can't, I'm stunned.
Now, Torgasm Rao is a hard martial art, like karate or taekwondo. Okay?
I'm sure it is.
It's like the hard version, not soft. Here he enters the theta state, a real life phenomenon.
Does he
where
penetrate the state?
He does. Where a person becomes extremely receptive to information and instinct.
All right.
Now, the other Torgasm, Torgasm Vo, is a mental martial art.
Right.
So, which blocks the mind from psychic attacks. Like, for example, if he is attacked by, I don't know, Alakazam, for example, he would be able to,
block that off.
Block that
like he
out.
basically has like this mental
Yes.
force field of sorts. All right.
Now, we could almost liken this to the softer martial arts.
Okay.
Like Tai Chi or Qigong.
Oh, so he also does Tai Chi?
Yeah.
Ah, so he does the Chi thing as
And
well.
Qigong, which I've actually tried.
Okay.
Yeah, I've actually tried that.
Huh.
Now, Superman's powers are dependent on the sun, though. Okay? Not Goku, but the sun.
So basically when there's a really, if it's a cloudy forecast, he's basically useless.
No. That's still the sunlight.
Oh.
Which is why his powers seem inconsistent in the comic books, because it depends on how much sunlight he is actually absorbing.
So he's extra strong during the summer season. Like if he's in, I don't know, like one of the beaches of the Philippines, like Boracay or Palawan, like he's extra super.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so the closer he is to the sun, the more solar radiation he absorbs. So he's like a plant, he gets all of his power from the sun.
Right.
And this could also be his weakness. Now, a prolonged battle can actually drain him of his solar energy, taking too much damage, though that's still a lot of damage.
Right.
And or staying out of the sun for too long can actually kill him.
Okay.
So, he also has a very specific weakness, like the ever famous kryptonite. He isn't immune to magical attacks.
Right.
So anything magical. So if he is
if somebody
going
casts a
up against,
spell on him,
yeah,
like
or
Doctor Strange or whatever,
or some like kid magician, he would be like so weak.
pulling a
against
rabbit
that.
out of a hat.
And he goes,
I can't handle it.
He drops. It could put him in a healing coma, or however you want to call it.
All right.
He goes into this state, that he's powerless. Now he also doesn't fight for himself.
Okay.
He is very, selfless that way. He embraced being Superman to protect Metropolis.
Just Metropolis. Like, if it's Gotham, it's like, nope, sorry, that's not my jurisdiction, man. Leave that up to Batman. That sort of thing. If you're being attacked in Africa, it's like, I'm sorry, bro.
Initially Metropolis.
Okay.
But basically, he's there to defend the Earth and humankind.
Before we get into it, it's clear that these guys are pretty friggin' super, to say the least. And by super, we mean indestructible.
Right.
Indestructible. Now, we actually consulted with our friendly neighborhood biologist for this one. We have Professor Ron Cruz from Ateneo de Manila to help us, science the heck out of this battle.
Okay, so we will really deal with this in a very scientific manner. So, first question. How does Superman absorb solar radiation? Like, does he have a special cell in his body, like a plant, like photosynthesis?
All right, so these are the answers that the professor gave us. We'll refer to him as the professor.
Professor Ron.
Professor
Prawn.
Professor Ron.
We'll call him Prawn.
Yeah, I don't think he'd appreciate that.
No. Okay.
All right, so
Professor Ron.
It's possible that Kryptonians evolved from ancestral species that had some symbiotic relationship with plant-like organisms. Now, this was carried over through gametes, thus being transmitted to the next generation.
Right. And now some sources extend that definition and say that aside from these characteristics, Superman has super dense, because Superman, super dense cellular proteins that release tremendous amounts of energy when broken down, thus powering his abilities.
Now, Superman has an aura, like a biomatrix of sorts, that basically absorbs energy and also acts as a containment field for that energy, because without that, he would just explode in a ball of pure energy.
Exactly. Now, kryptonite disrupts that biometrics field without allowing him to use those energies.
That's why kryptonite can kill him, and he is notoriously weak to magic. magic because it bypasses that whole biometrics easily.
I love it how it's so Pokemon.
Right.
He's strong against certain things, but weak against certain things.
Right.
Okay, so second question. How does Superman translate this into his super speed and his super strength?
So Prawn tells us that aside from his cellular structure and the biomatrix mentioned, the speed of his reflexes also likely means that his nervous system works at a very high level.
That's true. And given the nature of the biometrics and the electrical nature of nerve signals, it's not conceivable that his neural performance is also a function of the biomatrix.
Okay, so structurally speaking, he may have a lot of fast twitch muscles, faster than my tongue, clearly, which also allows for faster contraction. So he's like, like parang, I'm gonna punch you. It's like, nope, I'm too quick.
Now, however, his more impressive feats of super strength are usually attributed to his telekinetic capabilities instead of raw physical strength.
So he has telekinesis as well,
yes,
to some degree? All right.
To a degree.
Okay, now this is why the objects that he lifts do not bend or break from, the natural physical stresses that they should. Like, think about it this way. Like, if you lift a Boeing 747 from the middle part, then the side should have sagged already. But for some strange reason, whenever it's Superman that's bringing it, it stays in shape.
Yeah.
It stays in shape. So basically, that explains it. The telekinetic field not only pushes on the object, but also maintains its shape. So if you were to say carry like a 300-kilometer long hot dog, you can imagine trying to lift a 300-kilometer long hot dog from the middle. It would sag like anything.
Usually, if it's too long, it will sag.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, so it's really
not in the Congo,
really
but
really
but with Superman, because of his whole telekinetic thing, he basically maintains the shape of that hot dog so it stays firm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what happens.
So basically, Superman's brain is just as superpowered as the rest of his body, maybe even more.
Okay.
And that's something we don't realize,
Because he seems like a pretty dumb guy.
No, he does not.
I mean, he's had some pretty dumb decisions.
No.
He does.
Well, the only dumb thing he did was fall in love.
Whoa! Here's another question. How would Superman's infinite mass punch work?
Yeah.
And now, according to sources, he vibrates his molecules at near light speed. So it's kind of like the Flash as well.
Yes.
He vibrates his molecules at near light speed to change his fist's relative mass in order to be able to hit with the force of a supernova. So can you imagine like what it would be like if he tries to, super vibrate like his hands or like his, fingers and stuff like that. It'll be like really like super speed. Imagine the possibilities.
I'm not talking to you.
Can you imagine playing arcade on that thing?
I'm not
actions
talking
for a
to you.
minute, man.
Nope.
Why?
Okay, so according to Professor Ron, based on Einsteinian laws, which I have in my head out of memory.
Exactly. I mean, who doesn't? Come on.
Superman
Grade
actually
3, man.
gains in mass as he nears the speed of light. So as he approaches the speed of light, he gains mass. Now add to that the fact that he has a wellspring of energy from his biomatrix. Essentially, energy becomes equal to mass.
E equals mc squared.
Exactly.
What would Superman's skin be made of to be able to withstand explosions with the force of 15 supernovas?
Okay, I love this part.
What kind of skin do you have to have?
I love this explanation. According to Professor to Professor Ron, Superman's skin is very likely the same type as what us Earth humans have.
Okay.
Practically the same thing.
So he has soft, supple skin
also?
Yeah,
soft, supple skin.
Does he exfoliate?
Maybe. Maybe. Remember,
exfoliates with a comment or something? I don't know.
No, like regular skin. Because remember, when Lois Lane caresses his skin, she goes, ooh la la.
Like? Wow, does she actually go ooh la la?
She goes, ooh la la, Clark. I love your skin. Now, it's actually the biometrics force field that protects him from harm, not the skin. The skin is soft.
So it's the biometrics. It's the invisible
field.
Layer that you don't see that's above his skin. All right, but he likely has denser epithelial tissue and more collagen. Collagen is very important. You put that on your face so you look nicer. To provide elasticity against physical attacks.
That's right. Now think thicker penis. Okay, let's do that again.
I don't want to think about the thicker penis.
Okay. All right, so think thicker dermis.
Okay.
Now, because you have your epidermis, which is the skin you see, there's the dermis under the epidermis.
Okay, so he was never actually described to have scaly or rough skin. So the keratin, that's basically the stuff that your hair and nails are made of, levels of his epidermis are likely normal.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you've never actually heard Lois saying, oh, that's so rough.
Yeah.
You know, oh, that feels so super.
Or, that's so hard.
I usually go somewhere else, let's not get into that. All right, so now let's go on over to Goku's side. Now, let's say that chi is a form of energy that could be measured in joules.
Yes.
How would Goku be able to, you know, absorb or channel the chi from other life forms around him? I mean, would there be a limitation to how far the life forms have to be from Goku for him to be able to absorb or channel?
To Professor Ron, you know, he doesn't think Goku absorbs chi from other life forms. He has been known in just a few occasions to absorb energy from, let's say, spiritual attacks.
Okay.
Like his own spirit bomb.
Right.
So, he might be able to do this because of his Saiyan version of Superman's Kryptonian biometrics, or maybe because of some absorptive or ATP synthesizing capabilities of organelles. Organelles, you're familiar
of course,
with organelles.
Yeah. In his S cells, right?
In his S cells.
Right.
Exactly like that.
That's what it is.
Now, here's the next question. How does Goku synthesize that in his body? I mean, how much would he have to synthesize in order to move faster than the speed of light?
Okay, so Prof Ron, or Prawn. You're gonna stick with that. All right, so he basically says that his S cells are probably rich in mitochondria.
Yeah.
Or something similar to what Superman has in his cells. Now, the numbers would have to be in levels that are far beyond the reach of our current technology, which is why we haven't produced FTL travel. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not know what FTL is?
Faster than light.
Whoa!
Yeah, what do you think am I?
What do you think am I? What do you think am I?
A fool?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
So here's the thing. Now, how would chi multiplying abilities like Kaioken and the Super Saiyan forms work? What's the science behind it?
Okay, the fact that Kaioken is damaging to the body means that Goku stresses his cells to the point of cellular death.
Wow.
So it's like if Goku and his cells had a conversation, like,
I'm the cell.
Okay, I'm Goku, right? And I'm telling you, I'm giving you more work. You don't have money to pay for the bills. You're gonna have like a 7th child, even when you can only afford like 3. So Goku's a real asshole to his cells, at least, because, you know, he really stresses his cells to a level of cellular death. Now, he's harnessing all of the energy from his S cells and other normal cells, likely through some, I don't know, psionic ability that allows him to gather and control the flow of energy in his body. You know, thus the concept of chi.
That's right. Now, here's another question. How is Goku able to withstand severe beatdowns, like taking damage at near or faster than light speeds? I mean, is it a healing factor, like Wolverine? Or is it the intrinsic composition and integrity of his cells?
Now, Prof Ron says that this most likely has a lot to do with his S cells, which trigger transformation into Super Saiyan levels. Now, it increases in number when Saiyans increase in power. Saiyans increase in power.
Yeah.
Now, this increase in cell number, presumably through mitosis, of course, this is, again, for people of lesser intellect than we are, you know, the process through which cells multiply. FYI, it's like a little biology refresher course.
It's like sex cells or cell sex.
Sex does sell.
Yeah,
you know,
like cell sex.
It's one of the longest running.
Yeah.
All right, so induced by external forces when they're charging their energy. It's a form of, I would say, hyperplasia. Hyperplasia.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, which enlarges the muscles and other organs. And I know, it comes in really handy.
So they're like, okay, I have hyperplasia now. Can we mitosis?
I know, right? Girl, you make me hyperplasia.
Okay, time for some mitosis.
So this is likely why Goku and other Saiyans become much more muscular and much tougher as they progress through Super Saiyan levels.
Yeah.
Now, other than that, Goku probably also has denser skin, much like Superman.
Yeah.
And also his own version of a telekinetic force field provided to him by access of this chi.
There you go. And with that, it's time for the death match.
All right, so we've established all of the things that we need to establish. Now, in one corner, we have the hunky, man-shaped solar super battery with a super body. Wait, let's do that again. In one corner, we have the hunky, man-shaped solar super battery with a super body and even more super mind. Superman!
I just am so bothered about how good you are at doing that. Now, in the other corner, we have the supersized powerhouse powerhouse of a body with an Asian persuasion.
You make it sound so sexy.
We have Goku.
All right,
hey,
so
we've got to cheer. Go, go, Goku. Go, go, Goku. Okay, do you have one for Superman?
Hey, wait, no, that kind of sounds wrong in our native tongue. Right, so yeah, let's just go with Superman. Go Superman. Woo! Superman, Superman! Woo! For the battle, to be fair, the fight should take place in the daytime with adequate sunlight.
Okay, just to be fair,
It's unfair to Superman. I mean, if it were to happen in like a closed box with absolutely no sunlight.
Yeah, so given the sources of their power, we must take into consideration each contender's advantages and handicaps.
Okay, so we've got Superman, who is dependent on the energy from a star to fuel his superhuman feats. Now, Goku simply needs to be able to tap into his own S cells to produce energy for the battle.
Now, Goku has to go through transformation stages to reach his full potential, though.
Yeah.
Now, this could give Superman the window to end the battle quick.
Right, so he's basically like this, this
Transforming.
caterpillar, and then he goes into this cocoon and turns into this beautiful butterfly.
Yeah, but before he turns into a butterfly, here comes Superman, a Spearow, and then he just like...
A Spearow?
Pokemon.
Okay.
It's a bird, so it can eat butterflies. So it'll just like snap up, the butterfly before it transforms into a butterfly.
All right.
Yeah.
If and only if Superman lands a solid enough punch at the onset of the fight before Goku can actually reach that higher Super Saiyan level, then he might be able to win.
That's true.
Other than that, a fully powered up Goku is almost impossible to overwhelm.
Impossible.
Especially with his instant transmission capabilities.
Yes. Now, however, if we assume that chi is mystical, therefore equal to magical energy, which Superman is susceptible to, then obviously Goku will straight up decimate Superman. Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even stand a chance.
Because,
doesn't even have to wait for anything.
Superman is weak against magic to begin with.
That's true.
Yeah.
So the verdict is in with all of that information. The Supreme Defender of Earth is... Goku! That's right. So both of these guys are, of course, pretty super.
Yes.
It just so happens that one of these guys has more levels of super than the other. Like, this is Superman, this is Super Saiyan Goku. No, this is Goku. Then you have Super Saiyan Goku. Then you have Super Saiyan...
See, you're explaining it wrong.
Okay.
Superman is super.
All right.
Goku is super duper. That's how you explain it. That's why he wins.
You guys agree? With the verdict that we just had?
Yeah? Do you have arguments that would support or contradict our results?
Do you want to just contradict him? That can work also. I mean,
well, actually, it's not really our conclusion. It's more like our professors. That's true.
We are but musical instruments that are being played by a greater maestro.
Yes, we are but strings.
How poetic.
And he is the finger who strums us.
Oh, yeah. That sounds weird.
No, you know what I mean.
That sounds
You know what I mean. So, leave us a comment below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, tell all your fellow geeks about the show. I mean, you never know when we're gonna be putting your favorite character in the arena.
So please make sure to tell us who do you want to pit against each other.
Yeah.
Who versus who, and then who knows? Maybe in the future we'll be doing your versus.
We'll be doing
your versus.
Your versus. We'll stick with that.
Your versus.
So we'll see you guys next time.